Okay, where are we and what we doing? Well, we're on a regular server, which is strange because I thought I was joining a hardcore server. And we're up in the northeast. Don't know if that mountain has gained a name yet, but... So basically ahead of us is the new city of Slet, for whatever it's called. But one thing I haven't done is investigated where that road goes, so I think we'll go and do that now. A few people on this server. It's Sunday, Sunday afternoon. No sign of the other guys playing. Sort of be nice if I met up with either Pip or Gaddo, but I haven't seen either of them for a while, so it looks like it's going to be another solo gameplay, which is a bit of a shame, because, you know, I don't mind playing on my own in the weeks, but weekends it would be nice to meet up. And mind you, that said, every time you do meet up on a weekend, you end up spending the first hour or so just trying to get together. Ooh, Hicks is playing online. And that's another thing, I'd like to meet up with Hicks at some point, but we keep on missing each other. So, we have this little road that trails up and around, but we've also, up here, got, looks like a little bit of a plateau. Let's go to third person. What was another road? So there are two roads going up this, corkscrewing up here. Wait, jump over, thank you. So we're going to see what's up here, if there is anything up here. Dunno. It's all part of the exploration. As I say, very well kitted in this with this character. Ooh, hang on, let's get out that screen so I can sort of like steer. Ooh, there's another little bit up there. I wonder where that goes. The road seemed to corkscrew around the mountain. I don't know, maybe we can call it Corkscrew Mountain or something. So what's up here? It's all exploration. Do without that low sun angle. Ooh, flying tree. Hello, flying tree coming out of a rock. I think maybe the map maker needs to have a little look at that. Yes, flying tree. Should we go and say hello to the flying tree? Wrong weapon. What I wanted to do is... No. One day I will get these new buttons sorted out, and we shall. Right. Oh, looks like I'm surrendering to it. But you can see... Oh, is this a nice little sniper spot or what? Player down there. Didn't see him when I was looking down, but there is a player down there. And another one. Right on the very distance of how far you can see. So there's a couple of players down there. I reach out and touch them, but at this distance you wouldn't hit them. So maybe this isn't such a great sniper spot. But you have flying tree. Flying tree sniper? Yeah, I suppose that works. Did I really want... No, I didn't. Put that away. Thank you. So, there are players in the area. Interesting little mountain, though, with these sort of paths up to the top. So, you look at it from a distance, and it just looks like a rocky mountain, but in reality, you can get up here relatively easily. Could be a nice little place for a hideout, or a... As I say, a sniper spot, but the difficulty is with very, very long range shots. Anything over 1,000 meters is going to be, I think, nigh on impossible in this game, because the network bubble sort of stops at that range, and at which point, yeah, the person disappears. Where with old armor and of course the mod, you could quite happily shoot someone at very, very long range. I don't know if there's anything else up here. You've got a nice valley to the north, and a valley to the south. The one to the north doesn't have very much. I think it has a road running through it. Don't think there's much more map beyond that. I know there's some very funky looking rock formations up here, like these big circles. I think they are either further ahead or... You've got a nice little view over the town, haven't you? You could cause all sorts of havoc up here with a sniper rifle. I think one of the longest shots I did in the mod would have been about 1400 meters, 1500 meters, something like that. Took half a clip, mind you know. It's not like I'm the most amazing shot in the world, because I'm not. Although in Armour 2, in fact Armour 1, I used to, one of my favourite things on a Sunday afternoon was to get a Barrett and play on an Evo server about a kilometre out of the town we were taking on a hilltop and just slowly take pot shots at people. That was quite a lot of fun, actually. So we have this sort of dead ground of a tree. Is that a road down there? Nah. Between the rocks. We've got the rocks on the left, which I'm very close to. And then the rocks on the right. Could be an interesting place for a camp. More rocks, you see. Not quite sure what they were thinking when they were building this section of the map, but definitely an interesting place. What's that over there? Oh no, it's another tree stump. Did watch a thing about, well, I'll start from the beginning. Yesterday I was playing on a hardcore server, and the server was very, very busy, and it had been looted within an inch of its life. I only managed to last about an hour without food, and I'd actually starved to death. And one of the commenters on my channel, Zero, an old friend of mine, said, "Berries, man, you should have eaten berries." And I thought, God, yeah, I forgot all about berries. Did a little bit of research to find how you find berries. Now I'm actually looking around for one of the berry bushes to see if there is one here. And it's one of these sort of reddish ones that's scrabby. But I don't know if it's all bushes. But they sort of like, you go up to a bush. I don't think it is this bush, but you hit your F key. It's not that bush. One of the bushes you can hit an F key next to it and you'll start gathering, and maybe it's this sparse one. I think it might be this one. You said put something in your hand. I'm referencing a... no. Referencing a video of what just watched on YouTube. He put something in his hand. You see, that's not the right type of bush. I'm scroll wheeling, and all I'm getting is the scroll wheel icon. Sorry, the drink bottle. If you go up to a bush, I think it was greener than this. You go up to a bush with something in your hand, and then scroll wheel. If you get something other than just drink, then it's the right type of bush. I think these are too red. It had more green. Yeah, tree. Knowing my luck, I'm trying to find a bush that I can eat berries from. It's not gonna work. But they do. Apparently, they are in the game, and I've just not seen them. No, just scroll. Nope. So I don't think it's these red bushes. Of course, I'm now in an area without any blooming bushes. So this is what I was telling you about the keyhole rock formations. Basically, you have a large rock formation which you can actually run through or run underneath. See? There's a couple of them here. There's another one up round here somewhere. bigger one. You've got a big keyhole and a little keyhole. And there's the big one. See? Very weird rock formations. And there's a... Is that another one over there? Yeah, that's another one over there. Still looking for a bush. Oh, come on, there's going to be a bush around here that's going to have berries in it. Nope, that's a tree. You see, yeah, you've got another keyhole here. So there's like three of these little keyhole, well, I think there's 3 anyway. You're not a bush, are you? You're a tree. A tree that's been buried. Doesn't look like I'm going to find a blooming bush to try this berry thing out. Interesting little part of the map. Could be a nice place for a base. Maybe it's bushes out in more open areas. I'll have more luck with those. Let's put this thing away. So we've got this other valley. I don't know if it has a name or not. T'other side, just north, has a road running down to it, and then down to the water. But we're very close to the edge of the map here. This, by the way, is a steep enough hill to make a zombie kill itself. If you try to run down a hill and it's so steep it makes you walk, that will actually kill a zombie if it's chasing you. Yeah, nice little pretty bit of coastline along here. Don't know if there's anything down here. I can't remember. I came here in the first week of the of being able to make videos. I did a video about this area. Of course, anyone up in these hills has got a nice clear shot on me. So I don't know whether or not... I mean... Can you see on the ground? It looks a bit odd. There's what I refer to as scorch marks in the grass, because the type of terrain they put under a house is different, or around a property is different from the type of thing they put out in open fields. And this has that feel. Can you see there's a... I don't know if it is... Am I seeing things? Is it is it rectangular? But I can imagine there's going to be a few houses here. There aren't the platforms that you would expect to see, but this has the look. Is that roughly square? This has the look to me of somewhere that's going to have a few houses. But if you notice, this is one of the few portions on the eastern coast where you can see the edge of the map. You see the terrain changes? If we go over there, there won't be any grass. What's up there? Oh, it's a rock. So as we go along, as I say, I think there's going to be a few houses here. There's going to be something here. You know, there's a natural little inlet and there's a road leading to it. Those are sort of like signifiers that something unusual is going to happen. We're just going to have a little trot along here to go look at the edge of the map. So you notice there's grass and stuff and trees. And then... Oops, it's a bit steep here. Let's get inland just a little so I don't fall down. And then all of a sudden, although there's the painted texture on the ground, everything stops. See? Now, looking at what I'm looking at now, this is what Armour 1 used to look like. Well, no, that's not true. Armour 1? Armour 2? Operation Flashpoint looked like this. A lot of people would turn... There was grass in Armour 1 and flowers and things, but a lot of people would turn them off because it cut their... Random bloody zombie noises? Because it would kill their frame rate. So very often as a server setting they'd turn the grass off, but I have played many matches with, or games with this texture as being pretty much the only texture. None of this, you know, lush bits of fern and stuff. One thing I do notice with this is I'm getting a lot of texture pop as I go through this wood. I think that's I don't know, something I used to dislike intensely, and I would sort of tailor my settings within Armour 2 to avoid. It's not too bad now, but you're getting a fair bit. Things are coming in and out. And is this one of the bushes? Shall we try the bush trick again? So we put that in our hand. I've got drink bottle, scroll wheel, no, nothing. So it's not one of those bushes. I will find, before the end of the day, I will find bush berries to eat. Because I did read somewhere that there were going to be two types, red and blue, and you could eat the blue, but you couldn't eat the red, or maybe the other way around. And you could eat the red if you nope. If you cooked them. I will learn at some point which bush you can eat from, which you can't. But there's going to be an awful lot of this messing about. Before we get there. Here, bush, 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 bush. I'm a bush monster. No, I'm a bush hunter. No. What I'm looking for is when I scroll my scroll wheel, is to see the drink bottle disappear. There's no action menu for it, apparently. Not finding many bushes with berries. So, maybe yesterday when I was starving. I mean, I can't imagine a handful of berries is going to give you much nutrients anyway. But I was starving. I could have carried on playing for a little longer, but the server I was on was a 40-man server. It's obviously been quite some time since it has been restarted, and even 5 kilometres inland, villages had been so heavily raided and looted that there's just no resources to live off, and I just starved to death, which was a first for me because I don't think I've ever starved to death in that regard. So no, I'm only getting drink bottle coming up as my option. I hope I'm doing this right, otherwise I am completely wasting my time. All these bushes look very similar. No. What's this? I definitely think I'm going to the wrong type of bush. It's all discovery, it's all part of the game, is... Nope. Wait. I think these are all the same type of bush, you know. And apparently if you get it right, there's an animation for gathering that you'll see. Here's a funny little bit of patch of ground with... I mean, it's far too steep to put a building on it, but it's... yeah, there's nothing other than a texture. Are you the type of bush? Nope. All very odd. This is where I discover something. There's an anomaly with the map that there aren't any berries this far north. You get things like that sometimes. There are parts of the map that don't have any zombies. But I'll tell you what, if you think when you get up to that town you're as far north as you can get, no. There's at least another 2 valleys. Yikes, that looks steep. Will I make it down there without dying? Shall we find out? Damn, that is steep. That is really steep. Because there are places where you can fall. If something's too steep, you will fall. You're not good. Something I'm always very cautious about when it comes to armour and armour-based games and everything. Ugh. And the games from the old Operation Flashpoint, anything from Bohemia Interactive. Slopes can be quite dangerous. Ooh, more bushes to play with. Hello, bush. Are you the right type of bush? Nope. Nope. All these bushes look very, very similar, don't they? So we have yet another little valley. Actually, I better actually drink some of this water because I'm lost my hydrated status. Well, we can go up and have a look up here. These are some of the oddities you find when you get up into the new portions of the map. The water's missing. Again, we shall try the bushes because I've got two different types of bush here. Nope. Nope. Very brown bush. Okay, not finding it. There's people who know about berry picking who are probably saying, that bush over there, you just ran past it, you're an idiot. Yeah, well, nothing new there then. So we come off the edge of the map. Oh, go on. Try your bush thing. No. So we come off the edge of the map, and not only are we off the edge of the map, but we can go under the water. Some of the mechanics, you know, areas like this will need a little bit of clearing up. Now, I don't know if it's going to say you're getting wet, or you're going to drown, or if I'm going to start swimming. Oh god, one thing I haven't checked, do you lose your kit when you swim? It's yes, I am swimming. You feel damp, you are completely soaked. Da 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 da, dee 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 dee. I'm swimming. Ah, now, if I dip my camera nice below, there is water, but from above there isn't. It's just a missing texture, that's all. My clothes are completely soaked through. Yeah, well, that's because you went for a swim in an invisible lake, you plonker. Hey, stand up, thank you. Got to be careful this portion of the map when you're, like, outside. You never know quite what's going to happen. I wonder how long it's going to take before I'm not soaked. How much water am I carrying, just on the safe side? I've got to be careful. And because that's seawater, you can't drink it. Very little water up here in this portion of the map. They haven't got that quite right yet. I mean, it says I am completely soaked and I have been for a swim, but my character looks completely dry. Not quite sure what they're going to be able to do about that, if anything. I don't need to go up to the top of the map. Did I do these bushes? I don't know. No, not that one. So, yeah, I'll keep on trotting along. Yes, you're completely soaked. As I say, wonder how long it's going to take to dry out. I'll catch up with you later, see if I find anything else of interest. Or I finally find a bloody bush I can eat from. Come inland about 500 metres or so, and again, places that look like we're going to get a few buildings. For some reason my frame rate is absolutely tanking and there's no good reason for it. What are you up to, Mr. Computer? I'll start recording hopefully when my computer figures out what the heck it's up to. Broken out of the woods, and we can see there are roads and things up here. This is sort of like several valleys north of the normal one I use for going east-west, the valley with the railway line in it. So we're considerably further north than that. Probably by best part of a kilometre, I would say, because that's the valley we started in. You know, we are a very long way from civilization. We're a long way from anywhere, really. You know, still find the odd little bit and bob in, but the game's still complaining that I'm wet. And for some reason I'm having frame rate stutters whilst recording, which is odd, because normally it only does this when you are in a town out in the countryside. I don't normally get any performance issues at all. It's very odd. Oh well. Hopefully the game's fairly smooth for you guys. But you see we've got road networks. Ah, cool. And I'm still stopping at almost every bush I see to see if I can bloody get berries out of it. Oh well, catch up with you in a second. This is quite reminiscent of the Scenarii map, where you've got like mountain roads with these little marker posts and things. It's all quite pretty up here, I must admit. Sort of reminds me of Scenarii. Scenarii was good like that. That was the map from Armour 1. Pretty birds, sunny day. Yeah. This is nice. I'll talk to you in a sec. You can see, by the way, we're very close to the edge of the map. So we're just generally running along within about 500 metres of the top of the map. It is all very pretty up here. I've left the road sort of end there. And you can see the edge of the map just over there. Just seeing if there's anything much up here, really. It does look very pretty. It's I think hopefully this is going to be very nice for hunting and such like. I may have to think about going inland in a little bit because my water situation is... Hang on, where's my mouse gone? I've drunk all of that. I've had 10% and I've got 100%. Got to be mindful. I've lost my bright green hydrated status, which is something I always try to... I'm still soaked for after that bloomin' swim. But yeah, hopefully we'll be able to do some hunting out here. Hopefully there's going to be bears and things up in the woods. But yeah, there's the edge of the map. You can see how close I am to the edge of the map. That land up there has no there's terrain, but there's no grass and no trees. And we're a long way north, so there's not much in the way of water or anything, and we're generally heading west at the moment. For no better reason than why not come up here and have a look at what's around. I think they've done a beautiful job with the landscape. It looks quite wild. We have these rocky areas which sort of restrict movement left and right a little bit. But to think we've got, what, 15 kilometers of land to our left-hand side is quite an impressive thought that you're this close to the edge of the map. Granted, the map does go out to sea a fair bit, but yeah. I do love the scale of this game, of the maps and everything, and even on a server with quite a few people. Where am I? What's my ping? 30? That's relatively high to me, but game isn't showing having to transmit any data because there's no one around. That's a nice way of actually little way of telling you if there are other people within your network bubble, because if there are other people within your network bubble, you will be transmitting and receiving more information. Yeah? Looks like I'm on a German server as well, by the look of it. We found a little road. And a little track. And we open up into what looks like a very large valley. But yeah, if your bandwidth is relatively low, it means the server is not sending much to you and you're not sending much to the server. That's because there isn't much to send, because the server doesn't have to send you anything about what's around you. So it's so low at the moment because the server doesn't have to tell me anything about loot. The server doesn't have to tell me anything about zombies and the like. So if we look at this guy, his is higher. Patrick's in a very low area. He's got a little bit of desync going on. But I think, not certain, but I think this low bandwidth is because the server doesn't have to give me any information. Because there's no information to give. Because guess what? No zombies, no players, no loot, nothing within a kilometre of me. So I'm guessing that's why the server isn't giving me much. The information I'm sending to the server and the information I'm receiving from the server is so low. Because there is no information. I'm just telling the server where I am, where I'm facing, what I'm doing, when the server doesn't have any information to return to me. Still not found a bloody bush, by the way, that gives you berries. You can see there's lots of roads over there, isn't there? I mean, some even with markings in the middle. Have we broken down into that valley that I normally run through? Not sure. But, yeah, not a lot going on here, guys. Me going for an extended run through the countryside. And more bushes. I suppose I better do it. Run up to the bush. Scroll wheel, nothing. Scroll wheel, nothing. All of those bushes are the same, aren't they? Oh well. Let's put this thing away. I'll catch up with you in a minute. This is quite odd. There's quite a large road network around here. And this is sort of like a country road. But this one looks like it's got curbs. That's pavement. I mean, what an American would refer to as sidewalk, isn't it? Odd flying bits. Unfinished map sections. A crazy lag on my frame rate, which is very weird. All very odd. Okay, I've just noticed something. Looking down there, there's the bus stop. So that is the valley, and that's the railway line. So you see that line there? That's the railway line. That's the valley, because I've seen those many times before coming through this area. So I'm just a little further north than my normal track that I would normally do when going east-west across the top of the map. More roads, more evidence there's going to be life up here. And again, we're still only, I think we're only about a kilometre, half a kilometre from the north end of the map. Or maybe I have come south a little bit. What it doesn't help, this character doesn't actually have a compass. Because this is the guy I killed deliberately just so I could make a video on what it was like to be a Bambi. Lots of bushes. Do I try all of these bushes, or do I give up with the idea of finding berries? I think I'm going to give up on the idea of finding berries. You can see some far distances. Catch up with you in a sec. Right, now, although I'm happy exploring up here, my supplies are getting low. I'm going to have to strike inland a little bit to basically find some resources. Because although I've got my hydrated state back up, I've got that by drinking over half of that and what was left in that one. So I need to find, I need to find somewhere to loot. So I need to get back to more familiar territory. I mean, it's fun exploring areas I've never been to. But I'm not going to do to this character what I did to my last one, which is actually allow him to die of bloody starvation. So I'm not going directly south. There's some garages along here in the middle of the map. Hopefully I'm going to be able to find those. There's a little run of garages. Hopefully there'll be a few cans of drink and a little bit to eat. But you can see, look, there's going to be buildings here one day. Not sure when. I'm sure the map makers will be happy to tell us when they've done all these little bits and bobs. The game says I'm still soaked. It's only, I don't know, how long has it been since I got wet through by going for that swim? Maybe half an hour, 3/4 of an hour since then. It would be nice to think that my game wouldn't, that the, you know, your clothes would be drying, you'd just be damp by now, rather than completely soaked through. I'm still heading roughly in a westerly direction. Again, more signs there's going to be buildings over there. Of course, the further south I go, the more likely I am to bump into other people. We have seen a couple of people on the server so far, haven't we? Very far in the distance, about a kilometre away from me when I was overlooking Slep, whatever it's called. But I know that just along here, maybe within a kilometre or so, there's going to be a run of, well, there's going to be some barns, and I know there's a run of garages around here somewhere. I'm thinking that the railway line is just over there. Should be just over there. And we carry on tromping west. No longer exploring the very, very far north, the very edge of the map as I was earlier, because I need things, and my water situation, although still hydrated, bright green hydrated at that, I have to be mindful that I want to keep my character as healthy as possible. more signs of where buildings are going to go. I'll catch up with you in a sec when I find something of a little more interest. Right, looks like we found some civilization. Couple of barns, by the look of it. Hopefully there's a, I don't know, can of drink or something in here. Be nice. I've lost my bright green hydrated status. Unlikely to find zombies. Well, you're not going to find zombies up here. I know you're not going to find zombies up here, but we might find players, I guess. Although, you know, apart from numpties like me, why would anyone else come up here? Gas can. Ooh, something bright red. A rather beaten up medical thing. And into this one. Looks like we've got another gas can. Ooh. Is that the 2-2 Sporter? Yes, it is. Let's go first person on this type of thing. Yeah. Not the type of weapon I want. A large gas can. I think this guy's got a gas can, or is that my other character? No, that's my other character carrying a gas can. I've got a light for my main, what I would call my main character. Is... You can see how this is going to be quite a sizable village. My main character on my hardcore server character has a light and a gas canister. Buildings over there, I think that's the garages. Should be able to find something at the garages, I'm sure. It's the first time I've actually been on, and I wish it was raining, because at least then I could collect water. You know what I was saying about... Let's have a check out if my theory was right. Because there's loot in the area, my bandwidth has jumped up just a little bit. Because the server's got to tell my client that there's loot, so that it can draw it. So instead of being in the 200s, in the 300s. Now, I reckon if there was a player here, it would jump up yet again. Or if I was in if I was in a city with lots of things, it would be much higher. But these are there's the little football pitch down there. Is that a house over there? Tucked into that wood? Hold on. I wish there was binoculars in this. It looks like a simple shed. With a wall around it, with a tree. But, yeah. I think there's some credence in what I'm saying about the bandwidth usage is because the server has to tell you about something. So what have we got? A hatchet and a holster and not much else. Anything in there? Nope. Anything in there? Nope. Do you like garages? Garages have a nice selection of stuff in them. Sardines, which is good. Cowboy hat. I do like the cowboy hat, but that's in war condition. I think I would prefer a nicer cowboy hat than that. I'm doing my Farmer Giles at the moment. And what have we got? Is that a sewing kit? Yeah, sewing kit. Don't think I need one at the moment. I have one, so I don't need another one. Pair of gloves, hard hat. And of course, if you're wondering why there's, you know, not quite as much loot where you happen to be, it's, well, there's a limited amount of loot in the entire server. So if there's loot up here where you never go, there's going to be less loot down south or on the east coast where you do go. If there wasn't loot up here, there'd be more loot where you're playing. But hey, I like the fact that there's some loot up here. I'm going to be able to get some moisture from these tins. But a couple of cans of drink right now wouldn't go amiss. A hacksaw. Another hacksaw. And a PU scope. A boonie hat. Yeah, sod it. Do I want a boonie hat? Nah. If I don't find some liquids soon, I really am going to have to strike south and go into a town somewhere. There are a few more bits and bobs to oh, another PU scope, a little backpack, anything in it? Nope. Another hacksaw. Oh, shame it's damaged, because that'd be nice and brown. Oh, same colour as the one I've got on at the moment. Another sewing kit. I could do without random zombie noises. Really could do without random zombie noises. So we didn't get much out of that except for a couple of cans of food, so let's go sit down here. Eat those cans. What was it? It was one of those. One of those. Munch our way through this little lot. I don't know if it's going to bump my hydrated status up. I don't know how much moisture there is in a tin of tuna. Sardines. But yes, only... And I'm still soaked. I should have dried out by now. Wouldn't it be good if I... Here's an idea. How about you can take your clothes off and hang them, or not hang them on a line, but lay them out onto the ground. Now, these are the bridges, which means that railway line's nearby. If you watched my video yesterday, I'm actually quite close to where I died last time. There must be one of these hills nearby, because it's in this general area where I picked up some stuff out of the railway carriages, discovered that railway carriages do actually have kitted loot. So we're going to have to strike in the land. I really need a well, because although we've got what looks like riverbeds here, they don't have any water in them yet. So we've got a bridge over a little bit of what looks like it's going to be a river, but as of yet, no water in the river. So we're going to have to chug in. Oh, more people have joined the server. Always a little curious when you see names appear with no names. I'm not quite sure what that is, whether that's an error or what. Or whether it's people trying to play silly buggers having no names in there as their character. So if we follow along here, we should... Yep, that's the one of the trains. We'll go up to the station first, see what we can find here. And then possibly go inland, because there's a village just in that direction, or up on that hill there. You see it? But that of course means dodging zombies. And I don't know if I can remember where the water is in that village. If there's a water source in that village. We'll see. don't think there can be any players in the area. Not with a bandwidth of 260. I'm going to rely on that at the moment. I still don't know whether or not that's true. But unless someone tells me otherwise, I think your bandwidth is an indication of what's in your location. And the server's not telling me about a player within a kilometre of me, so I guess we're going to have to look through all of these. These haven't been so good. These used to be great for loot, but one just seems to have books in and one has bugger all in, but they used to be very, very good. Just like cars. Cars used to be good for loot. A backpack. A backpack with nothing in it. Do I want to do every single one of these? No, I don't think I do. I think I'm going to have to nip up to that village and stock up on water. Catch up with you in a sec when we get into the village. Now it's a little annoying because on the old map there used to be a village here. Sorry, a pond. Ooh, are those different enough type of bushes to be my bushes I'm after? No, they're not. Yeah, there used to be a pond in this area. And it's not here anymore. And that's really annoying, because all I want is a pond. So, I guess it's pistol time, isn't it? Should I do pistol or should I do axe? Let's run this with an axe, see how I do, because this is a third-person server, so I should be able to... Mind you, axing is a lot trickier now than it used to be, because you've got to raise to do it, and it swings from right to left, where the old one used to be left to right, and yeah, I always think that swinging an axe used to be a lot easier. We've got to watch out for zombies, basically. It's back to looting. Hey, get your fat bum through the gap. I could definitely hear those zombies. Zombie over there. So let's have a look at this, see if my theory is true or whether I'm talking out my Bume Holy. It's up. Keep some situational awareness. Try and keep buildings between us and the zombies. That might be easier said than done, to be honest. And desperately rack my brains to try and remember where the pond is in this, or not the pond. Ah, there we go. We've got a lot of zombies around, haven't we? What are the chances of me... He's walking away. He's walking away, so let's do this reasonably quickly, shall we? Wait, come on. Oh, come on. At least we're on a regular server in third person where I can keep my eyes peeled. I am spamming the F button. I don't have to worry about food, to be honest. Let's get back on the trail. Oh, that has sorted my water problem out. 100%, 100%, 100%. And the more like that, the better. The more I can keep out of trouble, keep away from zombies, keep away from towns, the happier I'll be. It's not going to be interesting viewing for you guys, but yeah. I can live out in the wilds away from everyone else. I will be a happy bunny. Let's get further north. Let's get almost off the edge of the map. Or at least following that same track I was following before. Catch up with you in a bit. Okay, we're back up to where I feel happiest. That's the garages we were at a few minutes ago. Well, before I did that little run-in on that town. I'm going to have a look at this little barn up here. You can see how this is going to be very large, I reckon, at least a cow shed here. Not much here, is there? If I hadn't done that run into that village, I would be in dire straits now for my water, wouldn't I? You can see how this is going to be quite a sizable farm, I think. More farm tracks. Railway lines just down there. That's that railway station we were at. And shunting yards. Let's keep heading west. I much prefer the western side of the map, to be honest. I go up and down the western side of the map quite a lot. Talk to you in a sec when I come across some more buildings. If we look right on the horizon there, that's the castle I died in yesterday. Keep on seeing these things in the corner of my eye that look like someone running, and it's not. It's the edge of a tree. Very weird. See more scorch marks for buildings down there. So I managed to travel a long distance yesterday without eating a damn thing the entire time whilst playing. And maybe it's a good thing with my lack of skill finding berries. Maybe I wouldn't have been okay just trying to live off berries, because I don't think I would have been able to do it. Because I have searched dozens of trees. There are some barns. We'll have a look at those. Bushes, dozens of bushes, dozens and dozens and dozens of bushes, and I have not found any berries at all. Now, that could be for several reasons. It could be that I'm not very good at looking for berries. I just can't find the right type of bush. Could be that this northern portion of the map, just like it doesn't have water sources, doesn't have berries. Don't know. Don't know what it is, but I have been extremely unsuccessful in finding berries. So I think the orchards, you should definitely be able to harvest apples, because you can actually see apples in the trees in the orchards. Mind you, not as if there's any bloody orchards up here, because there aren't. But would be nice. So some of the gardens have pumpkins. Should be able to harvest the pumpkins. You know, if there are, it's like I was saying a few days ago. Once we're into fires and firewood, the houses that have fireplaces and also have cords of stacked wood, you should be able to use that as a source of wood, and you should be able to use the houses with fireplaces to build fires, so you can shelter from the rain and get yourself warm. If you look over there, there's that water tower. So there's a whole complex of buildings coming up. I've visited them many times, so we can do some general looting. Might be nice to pick up a little bit of food. I haven't eaten. Well, no, yes, I have. I've had 2 cans of fish, didn't I? So yes, I have eaten since I've been playing today. But because of my obsession with eating, my character is still well energized, and that's why you do eat. When you are in areas where you can eat continuously, you should eat continuously. A barn over there. These barns here, no Zeds up here. Well, you've got these 2 blue door barns, or tin barns, tin shacks, I don't know what you call them. I know playing armour you'd never shelter in one, because these are not bulletproof and they fall apart quite readily. You do get loot in here. I've just seen there's a green hard hat down there, so... Ooh. Tin of fruit, maybe? Tin of peaches? Canned peaches. Nom nom nom. Looks like there's a red or an orange beanie hat in here. I'm not wearing an orange beanie hat. That is a little too bloomin' bright. Munch down everything. Wish there was an alternative that was as big as this military webbing as a bag. I tend to use the Huntsman backpack, partly because it's a better colour. The mountain backpacks tend to be a little on the bright side, but also I would ordinarily be playing on a hardcore server where the ability to look over your shoulder is very important, because there is no third person. And if you're wearing anything bigger than well, if you're wearing the mountain backpack, you can't see behind you. Always get caught out by that pipe. It looks bright. So let's carry on along here a bit, see what we can find. Catch up with you in a second when we get to the next lot of barns. Okay, I think I've just spotted someone in the distance. Let's check if this actually works. Yeah, look at this. I'm up to 800, 900 on my bandwidth. Reason being, there is a player over there. Quite where? I do not know. But I definitely saw a player. But you can tell, I just heard shooting. Are those bullets landing near me? My heart rate has just jumped up. There. Definitely heard shooting. And I think I heard the bullets pinging. But no supersonic ping over my head. I would prefer not to get into combat. You know, if you've watched my videos, I do not enjoy combat. Sort of now glad I'm on a third-person server. Yeah, that's definitely coming my way. Or is that coming my way, or are people shooting each other? There are no zombies up here, so I know they're not zombie shooting. Oh. This I can do without. I can do without this sort of tension. Yeah, look at this bandwidth up here. Purely because there are other players around. No one's sneaking up behind me, is there? Oh dear, I think I'm being hunted. What's my local surroundings like? Bushes over there. Is that them there? Oh god, this is tricky. I could just run away. Running away is good. Why shoot on sight if you're all the way up here? Up in the far north. No one's sneaking up behind me, I don't think. Don't see any movement. I am really glad I'm in a third-person server, because this is what I would consider to almost be cheating when you're playing on a non-hardcore server. Don't see any movement at all, and I haven't heard any gunshots for a while. Don't see anything. What to do, what to do. That's close. It's definitely close. Over there. Well, I didn't know there was a little more zoom in on this scope. There. It's facing away from me. And he's bleeding. Fountain of blood. Let's get into this bush a little more. So it looks like somebody else is having a little battle over there. I've lost sight of him now. 2 people? Sod it. You killed someone. Yeah, off you go, mate. You don't get his stuff, 'cause you shot at him. He's gone. That poor bloke down there's been killed. Possibly another. I can see the fountain of blood coming out of him. Of course, I don't know who shot at who first, but there you go. You've actually seen me shoot a rifle at a person. Granted, I didn't hit them. I didn't expect I was going to hit them at that range. It was more to scare them off, but yeah. You're not alone up here, mate. There are other people, and I'm one of them. Well, there's a bit of excitement at the end of the game, isn't there? Or the end of the video, because I am going to draw it to a close about now. Keep an eye out for this guy. I've gone into defilate now. I can't see him. But we're going to draw the video to a close. I'm going to bug out because my wife wants me to do something or other. So I will love you and leave you. We never did resolve the mystery of the bush and the berries. There he is. Or is that somebody else who's dead? Was there a big battle? Might have been a big battle. Dead player. I assume that's the same one as I saw earlier. Let's not get tunnel vision completely. I was going to have a run through on those barns. I don't think I'm going to bother now. So, on that note, I'll love you and leave you. Thank you very much for watching my video. Little bit of action at the end, which we don't often get in my videos, and I actually shoot at someone. Woohoo! I actually used my Mosin for the first time since like painting it up and making it look sexy. And that's it, boys and girls. Goodbye. Thank you very much. Talk to you tomorrow.